Hey, good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking your time today to join us. My name is Drake Lover, and I'm on the Annuity Sales Director team here at IAMS. And before we turn it over to Coach Dave Pemper, I have some important information to share about who we are over here at IAMS and a quick highlight of why our agents love working with our team. Best in class customer service is our commitment, and you can always reach a live person during our business hours at 800-255-5055. We strive to answer your phone call with a IAMS employee within 2 rings or less. We will have a few polls during the webinar as well. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to put them in the webinar questions, and we will make sure they're answered for you today. Our new producer builders are for those of you who are new to us here at IAMS. These bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We have great levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see, inside each level are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. If you'd like to know where you stand today, you're a new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve that next level, please give us a call and talk to your sales director. Moving on to business builder programs, we're going to go over our referred producer program. I can see a couple advisors on with us that have taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field, and that one of the best leads we could ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. That being said, when you refer a producer, they get contracted. We will cut you a $50 thank you check. Now, where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you will receive an override on that business as well. Our ownership team, Steve Murray, Charles Shearing, and Curtis Hawks, sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. With that being said, if you can think of anyone that could benefit from doing business with our team, please type that information into the question box, or you can email it directly to me at drake@imsinc.com. Another one of the reasons why our producers choose to partner with us is our back office support team. This is another way we add value to your business. This is one of the core of IAMS and how Charles Shearing founded us 36 years ago. We want to help with the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We're going to do that with great business building tools and resources, of course, advanced case design assistance, life and annuity quotes. With that, we make a 24-hour turnaround guarantee to you. We're going to get you those illustrations that you request within 24 hours of your request. And I'm going to be honest with you, in all reality, you're going to get those a little quicker, more likely within the hour. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Amber Williams heads the annuity side, and Cindy Fry heads up the life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly to help you get commissioned quicker. We will scrub your applications, submit them on your behalf, do all of the administrative tracking, and get your updates on the case as needed. We do this to ensure you get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to our valued producers, and how we help you grow your business by keeping you in the front of your clients while our team handles the back office support for you. Our website also offers great tools for our producers to use. Another reason to work with us over here at IAMS. Once you're contracted, you have a full access to everything you see on the slide and a lot more over at imsinc.com. If you haven't registered for the website, it's a very simple process. When you're done with this call, go ahead and create an account. We'd love to see you on there. A lot of great tools available to you, illustration tools, forms that are online there, product grids, and product news as well. industry updates are out there for you daily. The Firelight application process is also over at IAMSinc.com. This technology is where the industry is going, and Firelight is a top-notch site streamlining the application process. Most of our carriers are on our e-platform, so you can go to one site to submit business. It's a COVID-friendly, and some carriers are going to e-app only for utilizing the app platform. Make sure you ask your sales director before you hit submit. A paper app, if you can earn more by doing e-app. Some of those carriers do give you cash incentives for that. Utilizing our Firelight platform accelerates the application process substantially. The e-app platform helps you submit business in good order the first time. This also reduces the processing time of your business and gets you paid quicker. And as I mentioned previously, this is a single sign-on at IAMSinc.com, as we have integrated our business with Firelight so you can have the most efficient and effective way to submit business. We do have a full in-house creative team as well. We can help your practice, and a lot of items are turnkey and available for you. We can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. Speaking of your logos, agency solutions are something that we are very good at, and something that if you haven't created a full customized brand for you and your agency, we can help. This is going to assist with your name recognition, which grows your natural market organically. We can get your logo designed and imposed on business cards, brochures, and stationaries. Lastly, what everyone is currently looking for, digital marketing solutions. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, most everything on here we will happily assist you with. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go for information. Making sure you are accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is beneficial to growing your business. Moving on, we do offer a retirement analyzer as well as the holistic analysis software that helps your client understand where they are with their current financial situation as compared to where they want to be. It's a great closing tool as well. It will show your clients in a very easy to understand format how much closer they will be to their goals because of implementing your products and strategies. Marcus Solar can get you signed up with a 30-day free trial if you would like to take a closer look at what this software can do for you. Additionally, we founded IAMS Wealth 4 years ago now. What we've done is grow this division on IAMS very organically. We've helped advisors become IARs and pass their Series 65 at a very successful clip. Once we have you registered, we will bring great value to your practice with an incredibly competitive fee structure for both you and your clientele. We have a great technology and a great investment platform. This has been a major growth sector of our business, and asset under management could be a good major growth sector for your business as well. You put a lot of great stuff on our social media platforms. Go out there and like us on Facebook and connect with us on LinkedIn. Moving on, I'd like to introduce Coach Dave Pemper with Lazarus Coaching to here today to talk about Social Security maximization. Dave, can you hear us?
I'm sorry about that. Got a little couldn't find my mute button.
All right, there we are. All right, Dave, I'll turn over the control to you.
Okay, Drake. Thanks a lot.
And let you take it away. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that sounds great. And just to let you know, this is going to be about a 25-minute. My screen went out for some reason. I don't know why. Is the screen up there, Drake?
Yeah, I see yours. You want me to change back to the presenter, and I'll let you talk and just
I don't
flip
know.
on to the
For some
next
reason,
one
my
as
screen
we
my
go.
screen went out though. I need my screen here. If I don't have my screen, there it is. It's back up
There you go.
again. And so, am
Okay,
I running the controls here?
I'll run the controls. You just let me know when to hit the next go
Okay.
button. If that's
Okay.
all
Good.
right.
Good. Okay. Okay. Thank you everybody for being on the seminar today, webinar. This is going to be about 20 to 25 minutes. So we're going to go through a lot of information. Just show you what the strength of understanding and really knowing Social Security claiming can do. And just to give you an idea, this actually came from a Social Security workshop. A fellow comes on in, has a variable annuity. He's paying almost 4% internal fees, and he's just confused and he wasn't very happy of how much was going on out, and he came in for a Social Security review from that Social Security. And all of a sudden, I'm going to present on $417,000. Now, whether I get that or not, we'll see here in the next appointment. But Social Security gives you some really inroads if you know it, and only about 1 out of every 25 advisors, and that's counting CPAs and lawyers and bankers. So, insurance reps, stockbrokers, RIAs, and so forth really understand Social Security. So if you've got, and I say here, why you, the advisor, should understand Social Security, I think that's so important. I've been just real quick by myself, I've been in the business for 41 years. I started in 81. I've really known Social Security actually only for the last 11 years. I was like everybody else. I kind of gave bad information. In fact, I feel bad about this, but I can't tell you how many times I said, "Oh, I would take Social Security now because you never know if it's going to be around later on," which is a myth. That's incorrect. There's a reason to take early, but not because you think it's going to go broke. Okay, so type in those questions, and here we go on a little bit of a Social Security ride. We go to the next slide, Drake. Most retirees get little advisor help on Social Security. That is so true. Comes from Sarah O'Brien from CNBC. She says a major of older Americans get no, nada, zero, none professional advice about a key part of retirement planning, Social Security. Why? It's because most of the times reps just don't want to take the time or have someone to teach them Social Security. It says, or even if they work with a financial advisor. So there's many times I've gotten business because the advisor they use didn't know Social Security claiming. Next slide. So only 1 out of 300 seniors could pass this. I did pass all 5 questions. There's one tricky one, but we're going to take a test. So we're going to go to the next slide, and I'm going to read this. So here, I got a 5-question quiz, and please take it with me of all the folks that are on board right now. All right, here we go. To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? Okay, what's the answer on that? To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? Okay, go to the next click. There it is. It is. There it's not. Okay, it's not full retirement age. That's not your maximum benefit, especially if you're single. Click a couple more times, Drake. Boom, boom. There you go. The correct answer is 70. Now that might differ for married or for spousal survivor, but for a single person, no, it is age 70. The longer you wait, the bigger your benefit's going to be. Now there's a big difference between your maximum benefit and what your maximum lifetime benefit is going to be. Big difference. So we're looking at a lifetime benefit. Next slide. What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? What's the earliest you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? Okay. Put your answer down. Go ahead, Drake. Yep, it is age 60. It's a 28.5% discount no matter what your FRA is. So you're only going to get 71.5% of your benefit. But that's the earliest that you can take it if you're not disabled. Okay, next slide. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Yay or nay? Write the answer down. Okay, Drake, hit it. Uh-huh. Now, there's 4 stipulations that have to come into play here. If you can name 2 of them, I want to give this answer to you. Does your spouse need to receive receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Oh, no, it is just a yes on this one. It's the next one that we've got stipulations. I'm sorry. Okay, click, click, and we're on to the next one. Click, click, click. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? I'm going to give this one to you because it is yes. Go ahead, Drake, hit it. If those 4 stipulations are met. So now here's the question. Can you name 2 of the 4 stipulations? I'm not going to give you this answer unless you can name 2 of the 4 stipulations. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Yay or nay? All right, click, click. Here we go. The first one is, click. You're slow clicking, baby. There we go. Married at least 10 years. Next, let's keep on clicking. Married at least 10 years. The marriage had a spouse is unmarried. Not the spousal, but the spouse taking the benefits unmarried. Next one. X is at least 62. And the last one, divorced for at least 2 years or longer. All 4 of those have to line up to take your spouses if you're still married to them. Why is that important? You know why it is? Because a spousal benefit has about 2,700. 27. Take it back. Spousal benefits have over 500. 500 options that they can do, different, much less than a single person has. The single person is much less than the spousal is. Next slide. Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you are divorced? Click. Yep. If those 4 stipulations, and you already know them. If they're met, you bet. Makes a difference. So how did you do on that quiz? Most people will get 1 or 2 right. Even if you're guessing at them, but if you really know the answer, that's one thing. If you're guessing, that's another. Most people don't get all of them or 4 of them or even 3 of them right. That's the American public. That's why I coach people on Social Security claiming. There's 3 ways through insurance agency marketing services and Dave Pemper that you can get caught up on Social Security claiming. You can do seminars, $2,750 guaranteed, 35 signups. Yeah, I coach you on Social Security claiming for 3 sessions. Retirement Boss Radio, same thing. I coach you up on Social Security claiming 3 sessions. You can pay for it. I don't want to do any marketing. Just I pay you $800, Dave. I want to get 4 sessions of 45 minutes and all the attachments and the PowerPoint, and off I go. Yeah, 3 different ways. 2 are paid for by IAMS because they're marketing. And 1 is just directly with myself. Next slide. How important is Social Security? You know, it's darn important. 59% of all retirees count their Social Security benefits as the major source of income. That's pretty impressive. It's a big, big deal for the average American. Next slide. This is wild too. It comes from Jenna Herron from about a year and a half ago, 2019, in the USA Today, doing this one thing with your Social Security could mean losing $100,000. in retirement. So how much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Retirees will lose an average of $111,000 in income per household over their lifetime. Why? Because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. They're going to lose $111,000. Overall, only 4% of retirees took Social Security at the financially optimal age. Isn't that something? Jeez. Next slide. Kind of a stroll down memory lane. Started in 1935 with Franklin Delano Roosevelt. First check was in 1940. First age was 65. The only time you could take Social was couldn't take it early or late. It was 65. Back then, the average age of longevity was 62. What a deal. Cost of living started in 75. Yeah, cost of living this year is 5.7%. Next year, inflation raises 8.7%. Gosh, that's high. It's highest in 40 years. And you're seeing some. It's already on the statement. If you go up to www.sa.gov, yeah, and you can go in there and see your Social Security statement / my account. If you haven't set it up, you should. They're not doing hard mailings anymore. It's all done, by you finding it off the net. Taxation started in 83, more taxation in 93. There's been a bunch of changes in Social Security. About every 7 to 10 years, there's a major change. Last one, Bipartisan Budget Act in 2015, implemented on January 1 of 2016. They phased out file and suspend in 6 months, and restricted application is going to be gone in about 13 months. That's 8 years since that time period. Next slide. Any questions? Type them in. With Social Security, there's really 3 ages or dates that are important. There's the first age you can take, and that's age 62. It's going to be discounted, your benefit, but you can take it then. Full retirement age, you get your full benefit somewhere between 66 and 67. Age 70, you don't have to take it, but you're just going to lose the benefit, so why wouldn't you take it? Next slide. Can Social Security have a huge value? You darn right if 2 things happen. First, claiming at your right time. Not the right time, not a right time. Claiming at your right time. And the second thing, you got to live long enough to enjoy that benefit for many years. If those 2 things come up, you darn right it can have a huge benefit. Next slide. We lost money last year in the Social Security Trust Fund, first time in nearly 40 years. We lost money, $56 billion, off of $2.8 trillion. We ran a deficit. When they say the Social Security is going bankrupt, this is what they're talking about. It's a trust fund. But remember this. This is paid by majority by payroll taxes. 90% of it or more is paid by payroll taxes. The 6.2% you take out of your check, 6.2 that the government takes out of your check, yeah. So what happens is that is what's built up that reserve of $2.8 trillion. Trust fund will go bankrupt in about 11, 12 years if we don't make some changes. And there will be changes made to shore this up, either more taxation or full retirement age and the age of 70 will change. So it's probably going to be more taxation, I would guess. I'm not for that, but that's probably what will happen. This is why when they say Social Security is going bankrupt, they're talking about the trust fund could run out of money. It would, but you still have about 75 or 80% of your money coming in because it's a pay-as-you-go system with payroll taxes. So don't believe when they talk about your check would go down 25, 30% or 20 or 25%, but it wouldn't go bankrupt. Next slide. Taxes or some type of increase of age is what's going to happen. Next slide. It is a pay-as-you-go system with payroll taxes. The government, they buy special issue treasury bonds, and instantly they're turned into IOUs to the government and sold, or they're borrowed against by the U.S. government. But there aren't many bonds in the portfolio, and that's what they buy. There's just IOUs from the government. So a lot of people say that's a Ponzi scheme. Gold doesn't back it, silver doesn't back it, Bitcoin luckily doesn't back it, bonds don't back it. No, it's a full faith and credit of the United States government is what backs it. Now, if you think that's a Ponzi scheme, how about the dollar bill in your pocket? What backs that? Or the 10, 20, 50, 100? What backs that? Gold, no. Silver, no. Bonds, no. Bitcoin, no. No, nothing backs it but the full faith and credit of the U.S. government. So when the dollar bill is worthless, then I'll be concerned about my Social Security, but not until. Next slide. 40 quarters of coverage. So if you make $1,510 this year, you just earned yourself a quarter of credits when it comes to Social Security. You need 40 of those. You need 40 of those to go in and to have to get a quarter of coverage. You need 40 to get your benefit. If you get 39, there's no pro rata. You just don't get any benefits. So you got to get to 40. They figure your earnings over your working career. And then if you start early, it'll be discounted. If you wait later, it'll be increased. I think your 35 highest inflation adjusted years for the average. COLA, cost of living allowance or adjustment, was 5.9% this year, jumping to 8.7% next year. Big deal. Lots of money coming on in from inflation. Next slide. Full retirement age, FRA. Gotta love that dog. From 1943 to 1954, your full retirement age is 66. I was born in 55, so 66 years and 2 months. If you're born in 66, 4, etc., up to 1960 year later, age 67. So you get your full benefit, your full Social Security benefit, if you wait to that age to take it. Next slide. Yeah, if you take early, it's going to be discounted. So they look at full retirement age 66, full retirement age 67. Of course, there could be some in between that. But if you're 62 and you take your benefit then, if it's $1,000 benefit, you're only going to get $750 if you're full retirement age 66. If it's 67, you're only going to get $700. You're limited on what you're going to get if you take early. Next slide. In turn, if you wait longer than full retirement age, it's guaranteed to grow all but 1 year, guaranteed to grow 8% guaranteed. So think about it. Dave Pimper had a $3,000 full retirement benefit at age 66 years and 2 months. Well, all of a sudden this year, you have inflation at 8.7. You've got delayed retirement credits that go up 8% right here. Looking from 66 to 67, 8%. So I went up 16.7%. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Off of $3,000, up 16.7%. My account just grew $500 in 1 month. In 1 month, it grows down. For every single month here on out, it's going to be $501 more. So it's a pretty darn huge deal. And you know what? So let's say you don't have a $3,000, they have a $1,500 benefit, $250 extra every single month. A big deal. Next slide. So I'm a big believer if you know the individual benefit, which we just went over, spousal, divorce survivor, and restricted application. Those 5 things. If you know those inside and out, you know about 80% of all the questions that are thrown your way. So, example, Dave's PIA, that's primary insurance amount. That's the amount at full retirement age. Dave's is $2,400. Amy's is $1,000. Dave takes his, Amy takes hers. Amy, Dave. Dave gets $2,400. Yes. Amy, how much does she get? She has the option to get all of hers or half of Dave's PIA. Half of her, all of hers, or half of his. What's half of his? 1,200. What's higher? 1,200 or 1,000? 1,200. She gets an extra $200 by doing it that way. Do you have to ask for this, or is it given to you automatically? Almost everybody says you got to ask. You're wrong. It's given to you automatically. Surprise. Next slide. Now we're going to talk about survivor's benefits. Dave's benefit is $2,000. Amy's benefit is $1,200. Who normally dies first, the guy or the gal? Yep, not fair, but the guy dies first. 75% of the time, the guy dies first. So Dave's benefit $2,000, hers $1,200. Once Dave dies, Amy, the spouse, has the option to keep her benefit and not get Dave's, or she can take Dave's benefit and not hers, but she cannot take both at the same time. Okay? So what's she going to do? Oh, she's going to drop her $1,200 and take Dave's $200. It gives her a top up of $800. There's still $1,200 that's not coming into the family, but she can get the higher benefit of the two. Also, it's really cool. There is still file and suspend when it comes to survivor's benefits. If you're age 60 or over, you can take a discount. It's 28.5% at age 60, but you take that discount on the survivor's benefit, and you let it grow and grow and grow. So in this case, it's going to be 71.5% of the survivor benefit, 2,000, and then you let hers grow to 70, and it will grow with cost of living over the $2,000 benefit. So that there still is file and suspend when it comes to survivor benefits. Next slide. Divorced spouse. Remember those 4 things? Marriage had to last at least 10 years. Spouse receiving the benefit is currently unmarried. X is 62, divorces more than 2 years ago. Yeah. And don't forget, if your divorced spouse dies, that's kind of the double play. Now you got divorce benefits and survivor benefits. Next slide. We'll talk about survivor benefits. No, we already talked about that. So coordinating spousal benefits we haven't talked about. Next slide. Well, you have to be born before January 2nd of 1954. Born before January 2nd of 1954. I'll tell you. I mean, you got to be 68 years and 11 months old. If you're not 68:11, then you can't do this. Let's go to the next slide. All this does is it allows the person letting theirs grow and get the 8%, as long as the spouse has taken hers or his, gender neutral, of course, you can go out and reach and get, while yours is growing 8% a year, you're, on this example, if Amy's benefit is 1,000, you can get 500 of it. But 500, we still got 13 months left. 500 times 12, 6,000. So it's $6,500 if somebody did today. Government will just write a check in your pocket for that. Pretty neat. Next slide. What can Social Security employees do when you go up to the counter and ask for advice? Nah, they can't give you advice. Is that incredible? They can give your highest benefit at the age. Hey, what would I get at age 62, 64, 66, 67, 70? They'll give that to you, but they can't scenario plan. We do that. Next slide. This comes right from the program's operational manual. Pretty cool. Number D, provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. They can't give advice. Illegal to. How many times have you seen the Social Security Administration give a Social Security workshop? Can you say never? Because it never has been. Next slide. Yeah. Of the 5 pillars of income, I think Social Security is the most flexible of any of those. Remember, it's not a standalone. Flexible. claiming at your right time. That's important, not someone else's. And the survivor benefit, it's a big, big, big deal. Big deal. Next slide. 5 pillars of income. I use this as a worksheet to go in and prospect for money, find out where the money is. I need to know what their wages are, what their pensions are if they're lucky enough to have one. Income producing assets. We talk about 401ks and IRAs and investment savings, RMDs at 72 on traditionals. Social Security. I mean, do you take it? You may. But from a financial standpoint, are there other things you can take first? Yeah, darn right there might be. But we find out what their assets are. And that's so important. Next slide. When to claim? Gosh, I mean, there's just spousal, divorce, your own benefit, health. I mean, there's so many things you got to ask with Social Security, really to know when's the best time for me to take it. Next slide. Remember, there's 3 ways through the FMO of IAMS and Dave Pimper. Yeah. Seminar marketing. You do a seminar with us for $2,750, guaranteed 35 signups. I'll coach you up on Social Security, 3 sessions, no charge. I get paid from IAMS, no charge to you. Retirement Boss Radio will be your own hour radio host. It's recorded every week in the confines of your office, your home, or heck, if you have internet, you can do it almost anywhere. Normal cost is $3,000 to $4,000 a month. Got to give it time to really work for you. But we do pay for it there also. IAMS does, or just for coaching. You pay for that out of pocket. $800 to be coached up and really learn Social Security claiming. Could be well worth it. Next slide. There's no saying that says procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes, does it? Never comes. I have a man cave downstairs, and I have a sign my wife got me. It says free beer tomorrow. I love that. If you have questions here, in fact, Drake, put up the poll. If they'd like to go in and get a consultation with me, a phone consultation, it'll take maybe 15, 20 minutes, not long, but we'll just really kind of see if, like I talked to a guy today, and he wants to do seminars, but he kind of wants to take baby steps. So he's going to take the Social Security claiming, the 4 coachings, and then he's going to go in. He's got a pretty good a book of clients that he can mail to and call to get in. It could be at Rotary or Kiwanis. There's no charge for that. Might be able to do something with the Chamber of Commerce or maybe 55 and over communities. I mean, there's just a lot of different areas you could go in with it. But if you'd like to go get more information, mark yes. And if not, then mark no. I mean, that's up to you. But if you mark yes, what will happen is Drake Lovern, who is helping us today with this, he was kind of the intro guy, but he will touch base, and we'll have a good time for him and for us. And we'll just kind of walk through what you're doing, and maybe if we could implement some Social Security claiming, into your practice to help you produce more. That's what this is all about for us. It's educating, but we want to get production from it. It's very, very important. So I'm going to go in, and as you're finishing out those questions, and Drake, you can see if there's any questions. I see one question here. Yeah, that's a specific question about yourself. Just mark yes, and I'll certainly go over that with you when we talk. I will. But I got one more question here. That's a good. Yeah. So what they're asking is if you got remarried, can you still take your deceased husband's benefit? Really good question. If you're under 60, you cannot. But if you're 60 and over, you can take either your deceased husband's or your new husband's, either one. So that's a very good question. Hey, Drake, is there anything on your end? Any questions on your end, or we need time to wrap this up?
I don't see anything popping up over here, so I think we're good to wrap this one up today.
All right, real good. Well, I want to just thank and I'll give the last words to Drake, but thanks for everybody for coming to the workshop today. We appreciate it immensely. Have a great weekend. And Drake, anything you want to say for the sign off?
Yeah, I just want to thank everybody for joining us today. And if you guys do have questions in regards to how to work with Dave and take advantage of that Social Security seminar program, radio show, or having coaching, feel free to reach out to myself over here at 800-255-5055. And yeah, we'll get you in contact.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. Have a good weekend, everybody. Bye now.